Buenos dias, hermanos, hermanas around the world. Good day to all our friends from any part of this planet Earth. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat, mga kapatid, kaibigan, kung saan man tayo naroon ngayon, sa iba't ibang bansa, sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo ngayon. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Napag-usapan at napag-aralan natin sa nakaraang episode yung tinatawag na the gospel that the world cannot preach. Nakikita at nababasa natin kung paano ang salita ni Kristo ay naging katotohanan sa takbo ng panahon. Truth stands by itself. Truth is self-evident. Yung mga katotohanan na tumutukoy sa mga kaganapan na pangwakas. The ending movement. Kaya sa isang lingwahe, tinawag itong apocalyptic. Christ's apocalyptic prescription on globalization. Sa episode na ito ngayon, titingnan at babasahin natin. Alamin ang isang kaalaman na espesyal na inihandog ng langit para sa ating lahat. Ang pamagat ng ating pagtatalakayan ngayon, kaibigan, kapatid, ay pinamagatan, the lamb that we call beast. One of the most popular word among Christians is the word beast and also the word lamb. Dalawa lang yan. Kaya ang pamagat natin ngayon, the lamb that we call beast. Ang kandero, ang tupa na tinawag nating hayop. Sometimes beast is being considered as mabangis. So dito natin matutunghayan sa redemption story from Genesis to Revelation kung gaano ka-significant yung beginning, yung starting point ng Biblia. Kasi ginagamit ang salitang beast sa Genesis. As a matter of fact, when the word beast was used for the first time, God said, it was good. Pero bakit ito ay naging simbolo ng isang katunggalian between truth and error? Sa huli at sa pangwakas na kaganapan. Ulitin ko kapatid ha, pangwakas na kaganapan. So kailangan natin yung tinatawag nating pangwakas na katotohanan. Yung knowledge of the end. What we are blessed because Christ's grace, binigay niya ang closing movement ng planet Earth. Kaya dapat malinaw sa atin bilang Christians kung ano yung eschatology. Eschatology, the study of last days events. From the time of Christ's birth to His coming. Ang tawag niya eschatology. From eschaton. Last days events. Pero sa ating generation, espesyal. Kasi ang tawag niyan, apocalyptic, the study of closing event. Ang prophetic significant ng mga kaibigan at mga kapatid ay may kaakibat, the prime, the principle, the issue, the loci, the focus, the cleanser, ay ang tawag na warning proclamation. Kaya itong salitang present truth na maraming claimants, ang present truth, dapat itanong agad, ano bang nangyari ngayong 2019, October? Ano bang nangyayari sa Japan, sa Indonesia, sa Malaysia, sa Amerika, sa Europe, sa Antarctica? Ano ba ang takbo ng politika ng mundo? Ano ba ang takbo ng mga relihiyon sa mundo? Ano ba ang movement, kilos ng sanlibutan at ng kanyang mamamayan? Sana yun? Yun ang present. Kung yun ay yun ang kaganapan, yun ang truth. So, ang present truth ay makikita natin at mababasa natin na sinabi na pala ng Panginoong Hesus. Pero on the other point, ano ba yung present truth in the context of the great controversy? Kasi napaka-familiar sa atin yung salitang great controversy. Sinong issue dyan? Yung lahat ang naging issue. Bakit? Kasi matinding gera ngayon eh. Sa simpleng katanungan lang, what makes great controversy great? It makes great controversy great because your enemy, ang kanyang kilos ay manggagaya siya. I will be like the Most High. At sinabi pa ni Pablo nga sa 2 Corinthians 11:14, sinabi niya, Satan himself transformed into an angel of light. Angel of light, Satan siya, cast down na siya. Galing nga siya, angel nga siya. But even when he was cast down on earth, he is no longer in lightness, but he's in darkness. Pero nag-transform siya as light. So, definitely, ang movement niya, ang kilos niya, angelic. Light-bearing ang kanyang galaw. Light-bearing ang kanyang programa at mga proyekto. Light-bearing. Kaya napakatindi nga ito sa ating generation. Dahil sa katindi, the gravity and the magnitude of this art of deception, Christ, in His grace, personally delivered the message. Siya talaga mismo, physical na nag-deliver. Para ma-engage niya ang isip natin na kung makita at maranasan natin ang katuparan ng kanyang pabalita, ang kanyang instruction, na siya mismo, physical na nagbigay, that has its connectivity, that His coming and our preparation, na physical tayong makipagkita sa Kanya sa clouds of heaven. So the connection between the physical appearance of Christ in meeting Him at the clouds and His physical appearance in the delivery of the ending, closing prescription, closing instruction, ay napakahalaga. Kaya nga healing talaga, kaya prescription. Actually, my beloved friends, yung salitang prescription, that's a technical word used by medical doctors. Pag sinabing prescription, it contains instruction for healing. So saan mababasa sa buong Biblia yung engagement niya na siya mismo ang nagbigay na pangwakas na kaganapan? Inuna niya doon kay Daniel, of course. Bakit si Daniel? Kasi si Daniel lang ang tao na may engagement both political, religious, and economic. Kasi ang ending ng story of redemption, malaki ang papel ng political, economic dynamism sa salvation. So si Daniel ang unang in-engage ni Kristo. He was not Jesus at that time. He was really Christ, the Son of God. Saan niya binigay? Sa river. Kaya doon sa Mount of Olive nga, nang nandoon na si Kristo, tinanong ang apat na pinag-aralan natin sa unang episode, ay pag binasa mo doon sa Mount, siya talagang nagsabi na spoken of by Daniel the prophet. Kinunikta niya ang kanyang kapahayagan sa Mount of Olive. Bakit niya kinunikta? Kasi isa lang ang message nila. Tripartite. Tatlo, pero isa lang ang intensyon. Isa lang din ang kaganapan. That's an amazing God. With this amazing revelation. This is an amazing grace. Napakalaking, nakakamanghang grasya ng Panginoon. Pag titingnan natin, kapatid, yung closing prescription na ito, in the law of chances. Paano nagkataon na yung isa 2,500 years binigkas, yung isa 2,000 years, yung isa 2,500, 2,050 years, the difference of time na ni-reveal ito na mangyari on the same fulfillment, the law of chances ay hindi na talaga mabilang, hindi makompute yung law of chances, mga kapatid. Kaya ang closing prescription ng Panginoon, it's an amazing grace para sa atin. The amazing prescription of Christ. In-engage niya talaga ang sarili niya physically in His delivery. At ang nakakamangha nito, kapatid, na ang mga binibitawan niyang mga pananalita ni Kristo ay umuukol doon. It connect the current, the present reality, na ang kanyang implikasyon ay global, planetary, all human beings. Global ang scope nito. Kaya pagbalikan tingin natin, although mayroon tayong special episode nito, yung The Amazing Tripartite Message, but a little review of it, bigyan lang natin ito ng kunting panahon, na bakit binigay ni Kristo sa river, sa mount, at sa island. Why all this distinct location? Bakit sa river, sa mount, at sa island? Mga object of creation ng Panginoon na mag-identify ng planet Earth. Kasi ito lang din ang creation ng Panginoon na pag pumunta tayo sa outer space, Earth can be easily identified because it has river, mountains, and islands. Pag gumagamit ang Biblia ng river, makikita natin yung significant value nito. Or SV, significant value. The idea of the river in Scripture traces the landscape of redemptive history. So makikita natin kung paano tumatakbo yung galaw ng pagliligtas. Traces the landscape of redemptive history. Sa bundok naman, yung mountain, pagbasahin natin ang narrative ng Genesis to Revelation, paano ginamit ang mountain? The term mountain is used symbolically in the Bible. It is the natural image for stability. There is always the stability of His Word. Na kahit man gaano ito tumakbo, kapatid, it has its stability. Yun ang simbolo ng mountain. Kaya sa Psalms chapter 30 verse 7, mababasa natin diyan, kapatid. At bakit na pumasok naman yung ending, yung pangwakas, ay doon talaga sa Island of Patmos? Bakit ganun Island of Patmos, kapatid? Sapagkat ang island, nagsimbolo siya, nag-imply siya, na napaka-importanting pangwakas na dynamism. Ang tawag niyan, judgment. Kaya nga, ang construction ng redemption ay love, mercy, and judgment. There's mercy. There's judgment. Kaya according to Isaiah chapter 41 verse 1, keep silence before me, O islands, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near. Then let them speak. Let us come near together to judgment. So island is being symbolized, being referred to as judgment. Kaya mga kaibigan at mga kapatid, kung ano man ang ating relihiyon, pagbasahin natin ang Apocalypse or Revelation, the main issue, that point na nasa Revelation, it talks about judgment. Kaya the closing instruction of Christ is especially intended for the closing generation in our closing movement. Mamamangha ka mga kaibigan at mga kapatid, sapagkat dito lang sa buong Biblia, sa tatlong lokasyon na ito, in these three distinct location, halos magkaparehas ang lingwahe na ginagamit. Halos magkapareha ang description ng kanilang mga sinasabi. Halimbawa, sa river sinasabi, when the transgressors are come to the full. Ganda, no? Pagdating sa Mount of Olives, sinabi ni Kristo, iniquity shall abound. Exactly the same with transgressors are come to the full. What makes this full? What makes this abound all around? Pagdating mo sa island, yun din ang sinabi, all nations drink of the wine of fornication. An amazing proclamation of God. The three describe the same people, the same art of war, the same subject, the same person, the same topic. What a beautiful narrative of Jesus Christ. So it would be an interesting study for all humanity, Bible-believing Christians, na talagang ito magbigay sa atin ng huling experience. Yung sinasabing, growing in grace in the knowledge of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. By the way, mga kaibigan at mga kapatid, yung intensyon ng Panginoon na physical niyang binigay ang huling o pangwakas na kaganapan ng planet Earth, na talagang doon niya ibinigay sa isang lokasyon, distinct location. Bakit doon sa river sa Mount Island? Sapagkat para maibigay ng Panginoon yung exact location natin, kung saan na tayo, wala na tayong rason na sabihin natin na saan na ba tayo sa story of redemption. Kasi ang tagal na natin, masabi nila, marapit ng Panginoon. These questions, this inquiry, yung mga ganitong pag-iisip, ay magamot siya sa isang kaganapan sa ginawa ng Panginoon na yung pangwakas niya ay isinalarawan niya doon mismo sa ilog. Sapagkat ang ilog, malalaman mo ang tubig na yan, saan pupunta yun? At saan galing yun? Siyempre, ang lulig galing sa bundok. At ang tubig ng ilog na yan, pupunta yan sa island, sa dagat. Yun ang ending niya. Yun ang connection niya, kapatid. Kaya it traces the landscape of the story of redemption. Kaya napakaganda ng Panginoon na binigay niya sa atin. Halimbawa, yung closing instruction niya. Hindi tayo mawala kasi isa tripartite, tatlong okasyon sa isang mensahe. Sa river, sinabi niya, He shall destroy wonderfully. The essence of it. Pagdating sa Mount of Olives, sinabi niya, your enemy will show great signs and wonder. Parehas lang siya sa river na nag-describe sa pangwakas. Yung pangwakas na kaganapan na sinabi sa island ng Patmos, ganun din. The enemy, he doeth great wonders. Parehas lang. Daniel sa river 8:24, he shall destroy wonderfully. Sa Matthew 24, verse 24, great signs and wonder. Sa Revelation 13, verse 13, and he doeth great wonders. Magkaparehas lang kasi pangwakas nga na prescription. Yung describe ng panahon sa Daniel 12, sa river Hiddekel, time of trouble. Pagdating sa Mount of Olives, ang tawag ni Kristo niyan, Great Tribulation. Pagdating sa island, war. Sa river, upon all countries, Daniel 11 sa river Hiddekel. Pagdating sa Matthew 24, sa Mount of Olives, all nations. Pagdating sa island of Patmos, all nations. So itong great controversy, isang movement ito kapatid, that accelerates. Talagang ang movement na yan, na global siya, kaibigan. Kaya lang binigay ito ng Panginoon na pangwakas, kaya nga latter rain, the last teachings, the last doctrine. Yun ang magbigay na ang last teachings na yan ay warning, kaya i-loud cry. Sa ibang episode natin, pagtaalala natin yan, yung latter rain, loud cry, sealing. Pag-alalan natin yan, kapatid. Kaya sa previous episode natin, malinaw na yung movement ng coming ni Jesus, hindi soon. Nagaganap na ang movement of His coming. Hindi again. Kaya nga, ang famines, pestilences, and earthquakes na sinabi ni Kristo, ay binigyan niya ng dahilan. Bakit? Kasi ngayong 2019, yung competition ng economic war, yun ang present truth. Yun ang natural world natin, kapatid. Ang present truth naman ngayon sa ating sa previous episode, the religious leaders, ecumenical, ang political world, United Nations, the political world is coming into one. Pero dito, ang most important finale movement in the story of redemption, my beloved friends, yung tinatawag nating Maranatha. Ano yung Maranatha? The coming of Christ. The second coming of Christ. Kasi ang first coming niya, doon siya. He was born, He was crucified, and He resurrected and ascended back to heaven. Kaya sabi niya, I will come again. Pero since nang umalis ang Panginoon, nang bumalik siya sa island of Patmos, sinabi niya kay John. Sinabi sa Revelation 21 verse 5, and he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. Ilan na kalang milenyo na binigay ang Biblia at ilang bisis kayang binasa ni Satanas yan? Behold, I make all things new. Yung konsepto, yung idea, yung tinatawag na new, behold, I make all things new. So sa backdrop ng great controversy, the battle between truth and error, between evil and good, paano natin makikita at maintindihan at malalaman yung konteksto ng present realities ng great controversy na ito? Yung behold, I make all things new. So dapat natin itanong ngayon siguro, kaibigan, how will Satan counterfeit Christ's prescription? Ano yung prescription ni Jesus Christ? Behold, I make all things new. So dito natin makikita na dekada na yung mga pagtuturo ng mga makabago. Kaya yung previous natin na the world that cannot preach, napag-aralan at pag-usapan doon natin sa previous episode. Yung mga new humanity, new spirituality, new business design. Kasi yun na ang movement ng ating generation. The new world, the new millennium. Kaya napag-aralan natin na yung new age, new millennium, may ebidensya naman bakit new age ito. Sapagkat sa napakatagal ng panahon, hindi nagkasundo ang tao. Hindi nag-aaway ang mga relihiyon. Ngayon, kapatid, nagsama-sama na ang lahat ng relihiyon. Kaya ang message, love, cooperation. I-convert natin ang pangatao sa isang bagong espiritualidad. Ano yung espiritualidad na yan? In unity, there will be peace. In peace, there will be prosperity. Yun ang emerging reality natin, na kailangan itong makumplito na. Pero paano ito kumplituhin na may sinasabi din ang Panginoon? Paano niya dinescribe sa atin? Nang itong mga new spirituality, the new age movement, the new age health, the new age business design, the new age political order. Sa dictionary nga, pagbasahin mo sa Merriam-Webster 2012, compound word na. May mga dictionary na compound word na. Dalawang word. Dinefine nga nila ang philosophy of life ng ating generation, an overall vision of or attitude towards life and the purpose of life. So huwag kayong magtaka kapatid, kasi ang realidad at ang presenting katotohanan, mababasa sa salita ng Diyos. Ang presenting, so identify natin, ano ang presenting nangyayari ngayon? For the past decade, ano ang mga program, mga filosofiya? Halimbawa, dito si Tamara Herzl, isang UN consultant, sinabi niya, the hope of the New Age faith. What? New Age faith? Ano itong New Age faith? Ang tawag nila niyan, New Spirituality. Have you come across the writings and the presentations, the messages of Tamara Herzl? Sinabi niya, is that when this one humanity has achieved its divine potential. Tayong lahat bilang mga Christians, minsan naman, titingnan naman natin kung ano ang mga sinasabi ng ating mga social leaders of our time, mga philosophers of our time. Kasi sila ang naghulma sa movement ng humanity. Sila ang nagtatag, nagplastar ng filosofiya na dapat nating susundin. So the world will then be transformed by this new humanity into a divine new world of peace, love, goodwill, and sharing where everyone can be free to worship his own inner, immanent God of his own understanding in his own way. This paragraph alone will give us an overview of what's going on in planet Earth. According to Tamara Herzl on the same presentation, sinabi niya, the call for this new age kingdom of God. Paano yung sinasabi na and this gospel of kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a while, then shall the end come? Mayroon ba silang sinasabing ending nito? O ito ay isang matagalan at walang katapusan na ma-achieve ng humanity? Is now being so widely headed even in today's Christianity, that the building of humanity's ark of oneness is suddenly nearing completion. Patapos na ito, kapatid. Kaya nga, in some other time, in some other episodes, we will be discussing a lot of social dynamics in this planet Earth. Punta natin minsan ang Amerika. Mayroon to live internet talk radio. Yung radio, live internet radio. Ang program nila, Voice of America. Isa sa mga anchor woman ay si Beth Green. Sa kanya mga program, sinabi talaga niya, the stream, the new spirituality. Talagang, ito na ang bukang bibig ng ating sanlibutan. Tayo bilang mga anak ng Diyos, claiming to be the people of God. How do you engage your message? How do you connect your message? We are evolving as part of an evolving universe. But through hard work and conscious cooperations, we can accelerate that evolution for the highest good of all. Ganda nito, kapatid. Ganda nito. Malalim ito na pananalita nila, yung new spirituality. Yung new spirituality nila, pag susuriin mo yan, babasahin mo, titingnan mo ang mga projects and program nila, spiritual formations. Paano ihulma ang ating spiritualidad sa pamamagitan ng mga programs, mga activities, mga camp meetings, mga spiritual reunions. Napakaganda nila, kapatid. Minsan nga, i-experience na natin. Puntahan at makisali sa ganito. At maramdaman natin kung gaano nakalalim yung filosofiya ng new humanity. Ng new humanity, ano ba ang relasyon yan sa promise ng Panginoon na kasi siya lang ang nagsabi? Sa Biblia, sa napakatagal ng panahon, behold, I make all things new. Si Satanas kaya, ano kaya ang kanyang counterfeit niya? Kaya sa ating generations, paano natin intindihin bilang mga social scientists of our time? Congressmen, senators, mayors, governors. Tayo bilang mga namumuna sa ganitong okasyon, yung new humanity. Kasi sa United Nations, makikita mo sa picture na ito, kapatid, The new humanities principles and initiatives draw on the values of Focolare movement, founded by Chara Lubitsch, a UNESCO Prize winner in 1996 for Peace Education, and Council of Europe Prize winner in 1998 for Human Rights. The Focolare movement spreads the idea of a united world and promotes universal fraternity. These are precious, these are noble programs, movement over time. Kaya ang isip, ang mga sinasabi, binibigkas. Ito ang konversasyon ng mga tao ngayon. Konversasyones. Kaya dapat nating malaman at suriin, tayo'y lalago kung paano sinasabi ng Panginoong Hesus at paano tayo makipag-connect the conversation na ang lahat ng mga kaganapan mag-lead sa isang tinatawag Christ movement of the story of redemption. Kaya dito natin maintindihan yung tinatawag na mga filosofiya ng New Humanity. Kasi halos lahat ng mga institusyons, politika man o relihiyon, ang mga institusyon sa mundo ay talagang nagsasalita tungkol sa tinatawag nating New Humanity. Alam niyo ba, kaibigan? Isa sa mga major advocator ng New Humanity. Isipin niyo, 1996 pa, sa Easter message on April 7, 1996, ang sinabi ng ating kaibigan, sinabi ng isang leader ng isang pinakamalaking institusyon sa mundo. Sinabi niya, to those who share in His triumph over death, the Lord grants courage to build up a new humanity. Alam niyo ba, kaibigan at mga kapatid, nang binigkas at sinabi niyang new humanity, in relation to what the Lord has done in dying on the cross. Kasi Easter message ito, kapatid. And His resurrection. Si Pope John Paul II is a person and is a man who was embraced by almost all political leaders of the world. Bakit? Kasi ang kanyang advokasya, ang kanyang filosofiya para sa sangkatauhan, the new humanity. Saan nila hinagilap yun sa Bible? Siyempre, pag binasa mo ang kanyang encyclical letter, sinabi, we are a new creator, a new creation in Christ. Pag sinabing new creation, new humanity, anong evidence? He said, when you are in Christ, you have to show your love. Napakaganda niyan, kapatid. Pag mga ganyang pananalita, natutunaw yung mga elemento na i-accuse na yan ay 666, yan ay beast. Bakit? Kasi nandoon ang elemento ng pag-ibig at pagkakaisa kay Kristo Jesus. Kaya ang filosofiya ng New Humanity, paano ito sinabi ni Kristo? Anong exact verse na nagtulak para maging mapuwersang kaganapan, isang mapuwersang kilusan, natawag na kilusan, movement. Sapagkat ito, kapatid, is not new under the sun because it is written. Apocalyptic implications of this philosophy, new humanity, in the fulfillment of Christ's apocalyptic prescription in Matthew 24:15. What is Matthew 24:15? Ano ang ibig sabihin ni Kristo na binigkas na ito, na pag nangyari ito, when you shall see magkaroon ng kaganapan. This will break barriers and extinguish hatred produced by cultural pride. Yung filosofiya ng New Humanity, bumasag sa mga bakod, nag-alis, nagtunaw ng mga hinanakit, extinguishing hatred na gawa ng cultural pride. Kaya ngayong sa ating pagtatalakay sa episode na ito, kapatid, buksan natin ang Biblia sa Matthew 24:15. Dito pa rin tayo sa bundok ng Olibo. Sa pag-aaral natin ngayon, dito natin matutunghayan sa bibig mismo ni Kristo kung ano ang sinabi niya, personal na sinabi niya kay Daniel, physical engagement niya. Iyon din ang sinabi niya ngayon sa 4 na disipulo sa bukid ng Olibo, sa bundok ng Olibo. Ang sinabi niya dito sa Matthew 24:15. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Take note, my beloved friends around the world, Bible-believing Christians, the usage of the word, the verb, see and stand. Kaya hindi pwede itong hiwalayin. See and stand. Spoken of by Daniel the prophet. Ibig sabihin, si Kristo mismo ang nag-utos sa atin. Napuntahan ang sulat ni Daniel. Kaya galing sa bundok, tingnan natin ang takbo ng kanyang pananalita ni Kristo. Gaya ng tubig sa ilog. Galing sa bundok, puntahan natin yung takbo ng ilog ngayon, kapatid. Kasi yun ang palatandaan ng kanyang pagdating. Kapatid, you will see it. The last generation will be using our very eyes to see. Language is very crucial because redemption is expressed in language. Basahin natin. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. You see the word stand? Then there is an open and closed quotation. Whoso readeth, let him understand. So ngayon, nabinasa natin ito. Ikaw ngayon na nakikinig. Inatasan tayo ngayon ng Panginoon. Whoso readeth by this verse right now is instructed by God. Let him understand. Intindihin natin ito, kapatid. So isang pagpapala para sa atin ngayon, sa lahat ng nanonood, sa lahat na gustong alamin ang katotohanan ito. Kasi ang fulfillment ng Matthew 24:14 necessitate the fulfillment of Daniel's prophecy. Kailangan kasi si Kristo nagsabi. Yung ibig sabihin, hindi tugmatuhin, tumutumo ba? Ihahom-hahom na ito ni siya sa Bisaya pa. Atong i-fit in. No. Christ from His own lips. Sinabi niya, stand in, spoken of by Daniel the prophet. Saan kaya sa sulat ni Daniel yan? Sa Daniel 2, Daniel 7, saan? Daniel 5, Daniel 6. Na tumutukoy naman dito sa huling kaganapan. By the way, my beloved friends, nang binigkas ito ni Kristo sa Mount of Olives, God is telling us the fulfillment will cover years of progression. Kaya ang redemption story, movement siya, kapatid. Nakasulat na lahat yung movement, yung progression of events. Halimbawa, paano matupad ang Matthew 24:15 na ang dalawang kultura, ang pinag-usapan kasi ng New Humanity, ang nagkakaisang kultura. Cultural pride. Ano kasi yung nag-aaway kasi ang kultura eh. Halimbawa, kultura ng Hudiyo, kultura ng Kristyanismo, kultura ng Islam. These are the warring cultures of time. Pero bakit sinabi ni Kristo? Now, when you shall see the abomination, stand in the holy place. Na alam naman natin yung abomination ay kalaban. Paano magkaroon natatayo siya sa holy place? Na ang holy place na yan ay talagang pagmamayari, the land pride of the Jewish tribe. May libro na nasulat. Meron niyang DVD niyan, video. Ang pamagat na yan ay The Longest Hatred in History. Bakit tinaguri ang longest hatred of history? Napakahabang panahon. Yung hatred na yan. Yung tensyon na yan, kapatid. Revealing a history of anti-Semitism. So, paano mangyari itong Roman? Alam mo, kapatid, nang binigkas ito ni Kristo, this was the time na ang Romans are the controlling power of planet Earth. Kaya nga, kinusipay nga si Jesus matapos niyang binigkas ito Who crucified? Accused by the Jews. But it was implemented by the Romans. Because Jerusalem or Judah was a province of the Romans. So magkaaway talaga yan sila. Pero sinabi na tatayo siya. Pero alam niyo ba, kapatid, sa isang kasaysayan ng mundo, nang ininsist ng Romans na itayo nila ang kanilang sinyales, ang kanilang insignia sa Jerusalem. Yun ang nangyari sa AD 70, talaga nagpatayan sila. Pero dito ngayon natin makikita yung significant value. Bakit it took 2,000 years para ma-fulfill? Sapagkat ito ang ending ng story of redemption. Because every 2,000 years, may mga significant event ang redemption. Ang tawag niyan, kaibigan at kapatid, landmarks of redemption narrative. The first 2,000 years, the Noah's flood, judgment. The next 2,000 years, Christ was born, crucified and resurrected. During the AD 70 destruction of Jerusalem. And the next 2,000 years will be His coming. And God provided us signs, movement of His coming, and major movement of His coming when these two tribes will come together. Kaya sa isang libro na nasulat, published in 1998, in preparation for the Jubileum 2000, the 2,000 years, the relations between the Catholic and the Jews. Alam niyo, mortal enemy yan sila Kaya nga, may mga history dyan sa New York, sa Amerika, mortal, hindi pwede sila magkapitbahay dyan. Talagang matindi ang kanilang ikuan. Pero before and after Vatican II, pag-aralan natin sa sunod na episode ng Vatican II, written by Thomas Lederer, Seminary of the Immaculate Conception, New York. Sinabi niya, the relations between the Catholic, it took 2,000 years para mawala, kapatid. Pero Christ has written it. Sinabi niya, spoken of by Daniel the prophet. Saan kayo sa Daniel? So inasmuch ito ang closing prescription, tingnan natin kung saan ang closing prescription ni Kristo sa Daniel. Of course, may mga touches of closing. Daniel 2, Daniel 7. Pero yung specific for the last generation, ay nasa isang chapter, 2 chapter, 3 chapter ng Daniel. Kaya sinabi talaga ng isang tagasulat, the faith I live by, 345 paragraph 3. Sinabi ng isang tagasulat, when the books of Daniel and Revelation are better understood, believers will have an entirely different religious experience. What does it mean? Entirely different religious experience. Napakaganda niyang word na entirely. Different religious experience. Ano yung experience na yun? Na kung maintindihan ang koneksyon ng Daniel and Revelation, magkaroon ng isang revival and reformation. The Lord will bless all who will seek humbly and meekly to understand that which is revealed in the revelation of Christ. Kaya sa isang sulat ng Testimonies to the Ministers, page 112, 113, please take note. Kayo naman, isulat nyo agad. Testimonies to Ministers, page 112 to 113. Pero mayroon naman kayong search engine. Kahit hindi yan yung sulat mo, i-type mo lang sa search engine niya. Itong sinabi, the light that Daniel received directly from God. Directly from God was given specially for these last days. Anong liwanag yun? Saan yun? The visions he saw by the banks of Olay and Hiddekel. The great river Shinar are now in the process of fulfillment. And all the events foretold will soon come to us. Just take note, my beloved friends, right now. The light that Daniel received directly from God. How important is this light for us? Pero saan hinagilap yung light na yan? From this author, she said, yung light, saan galing? From the vision he saw by the banks of Olay and Hiddekel. Saan yung Olay at Hiddekel? My beloved friends, in our episode today, this is one of the most beautiful revelation of Jesus Christ. Because that light will bruise the imitated light of Satan, my friend. Sinabi, he's transformed as an angel of light. Pero the light that Christ revealed to Daniel will be the light that will bruise, that will expose, that will cause the destruction of the deception of that light imitating by Satan, my friend. It is in these last two visions, my beloved friends, Christ is specifying the workings of the enemy. Know your enemy, the principle, who is now transformed as an angel of light. This light given by Christ to Daniel. To Daniel for us in these last days, so that we cannot be deceived by the enemy. Dito natin makikita, matunghayan yan, kapatid, sa River Olay at River Hiddekel. And Daniel 2, Daniel 7, it is all about eschatology. But Daniel 8, Daniel 10 to 12. Saan yung 9, chapter 9? Kasi yung 9, kapatid, yan ang explanation ng in-insert sa chapter 8. We will have another episode of it. Pero ang tawag niyan, apocalyptic. So to complete the story of redemption, from eschatologic point of view, na given in Daniel 2, Daniel 7, God completed it. Christ completed it in the book of Daniel 8. Kaya matapos binigay ni Kristo para sa atin yan. Para talaga sa atin. Bakit? Kasi ang huling verse, ang huling pangwakas na wika, pananalita ni Kristo ay sinabi niya, but go thy way till the end be. Daniel 12:13. Daniel, that walk away till the end be. For thou shalt rest, mamatay ka, Daniel. Pero ang karugtong na salita, and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. Tatayo si Daniel at the end of the days? Paano siya tatayo? Mabubuhay ba siya uli? Bakit sinabi ni Kristo, and stand in thy lot? Hindi naman, and stand in Matthew, in Ezekiel, in Isaiah's lot. Stand in thy lot. Sa sarili mo, in thy lot at the end of the days. So the question, the basic question that we need to ask, that's Daniel's lot or message for life, standing in my personal life now or in my church life now. Naramdaman ba natin ang pagtayo ni Daniel sa pamamagitan ng Kristo sa mensahe na binigay niya doon sa ilog ng Olay at hinikin. So isang malaking pagkakataon, privilege natin ngayon, na tayo'y lalago sa kaalaman. Kaya sinabi talaga ng Selected Messages, Book 2, page 109, in the revelation of the Lion of the tribe of Judah, has opened to the students of prophecy the book of Daniel. And thus is Daniel standing in his place. He bears his testimony, that which the Lord revealed to him in vision. Ganda nito. He bears his testimony, that which the Lord revealed to him in vision of the great and solemn events. Ang ating panahon, great crisis, great deception, great challenge of the great millennium, pero solemn events, seryosohang event, which we must know. Kailangan talagang alamin as we stand on the very threshold of the fulfillment. Kaya sinabi din sa book, Selected Book 2, page 105, by the increase of knowledge, a people is to prepare to stand in the latter days. Ibig sabihin pala, pag walang increase of knowledge, hindi makatayo sa huling araw ang mga anak ng Diyos. Exactly. Kasi ito sinabi, by the increase of knowledge, a people is to be prepared to stand in the latter days. Paano ka makatayo kung hindi mo alam kung paano ka winasa? Akala mo nakatayo kayo pala, nadumisan ka na, kabahan. Akala mong ginagawa mo ay mabuti, yun pala, papunta na ang kabutihan na yan sa hindi pagsalubong sa Panginoon. Hindi ka, no? Ang kabutihan na yan ay hindi na pala pagsalubong sa Panginoon. Kaya pagpuntahan talaga natin ang isang sulat, all that God has in prophetic history specified to be fulfilled in the past has been, and all that is yet to come in its order will be. Naka-order na. Ibig sabihin, naka-arrange na, mga kaibigan at kapatid. Puntahan natin ang East Day Bible Commentary. That time must come for Daniel to stand in his land. That time must come for the light given him to go to the world as never before. Ganda? Never before. Why? Kasi yung liwanag ay talagang liwanag sa ating panahon. Makikita talaga natin ngayon sa episode na to. That's volume 4 of 1174, page 1174. Kasi sinabi niya, if those, yung mga tao na yun, for whom the Lord has done so much, malaki nang nagawa ng Panginoon sa atin, will walk in the light, lalakad sa liwanag na yan. Their knowledge of Christ, ang kaalaman nila kay Kristo, and the prophecies relating to Him. Ang relasyon relating to Him. Bakit relating to Him? Kasi parating na siya. Ang propesiya. Ang propesiyang parating will be greatly increased as we near the close of this earth history. Grabe, lalaki. Kaya nga sabi natin kanina, truth will stand by itself. Talagang tatayo siya. Sa isang libro na ito, manuscript 1593, A Call to Prepare for the Final Crisis. Sinabi talaga, present the eternal principles of truth. Kailangan mong i-present ang principles of truth. Show what the Word of God declares is to take place on this earth. Kung ano ang sinabi ng Word of God na nangyari sa ating mundo, yun ang truth. At ito kung ito ay nangyayari ngayon, 2018, ngayong October, ngayong November, kung November mo ito marinig, yan ay present truth. Ibig sabihin, si Kristo buhay. Ang salita niya, buhay. The God who gave Daniel instruction regarding the closing scenes of this. Hindi nito? The God who gave Daniel instruction. Kaya pamagat natin, Christ's closing prescription, Christ's closing instruction regarding the closing scenes. huling, pangwakas na mga segment ng history will simply confirm the testimony as the appointed time they give the loud cry. So may appointed time ang loud cry. Ano yung appointed time na yan? Yung loud cry na yan? According to the same magazine, the message was given and there should be no delay in repeating the message. Kaya hindi na siya pwedeng iulit-ulit, kapatid. Hindi na pwedeng iulit-ulit. Pag narinig niyo ito ngayon, nasa inyo yan. For the signs of the times are fulfilling. The closing work must be done. Gusto ko lang idiin ito sa isang pagkakataon. Anong pakiramdam mo sa ginagawa mo? Anong pakiramdam mo sa mission mo? Anong pakiramdam mo sa ministry mo? Do you really feel that it's the closing work? Yung ginawa at kinilos ba natin, ay kaakibat ba siya sa sinabi ng Panginoon, closing work na yan? Kasi ang expertise ni Satanas, gusto niya, buhay na buhay ka sa gawain, pero hindi na sa tamang panahon. Kasi ang movement, dapat, pumunta ka na sana doon sa second apartment. Baka nandiyan ka pa sa first apartment. A great work will be done in a short time. A message will soon be given by God's appointment that will swell into a loud cry. Hindi mapigilan ni loud cry yan eh. Kaya nandito tayo ngayon. Kaya nandito tayo, gusto nating alamin. Kasi ang loud cry talagang malakas yan. Then Daniel will stand in his land to give his testimony. So napakalino, kapatid, hindi physical na mabuhay si Daniel muli. Ang ibig sabihin, yung mensahe na na-receive niya at sinulat niya para sa atin ay tatayo na ito sa ating henerasyon. Kaya napakabait ng Panginoon. Nang pumunta siya kay Daniel, physical, sinabi niya, grabe, Daniel, ito ang mangyari sa 2019. The light that Daniel received directly from God was given especially for these last days. The vision is saw by the banks of Olay and Hiddekel. Sa engagement niya sa Ulay, kapatid, dito natin makikita ngayon kung paano kinonstruct ng Panginoon yung literary arrangement niya. Makita natin yung love and grace ni Kristo. Kasi pag sumulat ka ng love letter, dapat ayusin mo pagkasulat. Hindi naman siguro pag nagsulat ka ng love letter sa boyfriend mo, sa girlfriend mo, o sa wife mo, unahin mo agad sa simula pa. Ang iyong nagsulat, ako manamilit kanimo. Ako ay magpaalam sa iyo. Hindi naman siguro ganun. There is always the principle of that arrangement, that literary construction, para maintindihan natin na there's no space for us to say na hindi ko alam, Panginoon. I am confused. There is no space of confusion right now. Why? Because the Bible will stand by itself. How the arrangement of the words and the words being used. Kaya dito natin simulan, kapatid. In brief summary, no, sa iba naman nating episode, pag-alam natin ng Daniel 2, Daniel 7, pero just a brief review, yung Daniel 2 is a vision na binigay ng Panginoon, tulog si Daniel. At ang vision na yan ay an image of a metal. Ibig sabihin, metal siya, kapatid. Nagsimbolo siya ng gold, silver, brass, iron, feet of iron and clay. And that's the Daniel 2. And Christ's kingdom represented by the stone. Daniel 7 ay nagbago siya. From a metallic non-life to a life. Pero ang life naman dito, kapatid, talagang nakikita mo yung mga terrible beast. Mga hain ng tao yan, pumapatay. Diba? Ano yung kanyang vision? Gabi din ito, kapatid. Bear, leopard, lion. The first is lion, the bear, the leopard, and the terrible beast in Daniel 7. Dito natin maintindihan na we can share with all those social scientists na ang Biblia ang nag-arrange. Bakit nagkaroon tayo ng Europe, nagkaroon tayo nito ng ganitong klaseng bansa, nagkaroon tayo ng ganitong segregation of nations, identifications of geographical locations. May apat lang na vision ang Daniel. Daniel 2, Daniel 7, Daniel 8, and then the last vision The revision radical that comprises the two chapters, the chapter 10, three chapters, chapter 10, 11, and 12. Pero mayroon tayong dapat intindihin at titingnan. Kasi when you read the whole chapter of chapter 2, Daniel, it talks about the identification of world kingdoms. Napakabait. Identification of world kingdoms. Maliban sa detalye doon tungkol sa gold, kasi during those time, Babylon, nandoon yung gold ng kanilang mga building. Pero basically, fundamentally, ang Daniel 2 identifies the world kingdoms that will rule planet Earth from the time of Daniel up to the coming of Jesus Christ. Pero pagdating natin sa Daniel 7, kapatid, dito natin nakikita yung prophecy nga dyan, kapatid, na He will change to time laws. Kasi dito natin nakikita yung activities of the kingdom. Dinitalye ng Panginoon yung mga activities ng kingdom. Daniel 2, in-identify ang kingdom. Pagdating sa Daniel 7, in-identify ang activities ng kingdom. Ano ang mga galaw niya? Anong mga activities niya? First, kingdom, in-identify din activities niya. Pero pagdating natin sa Daniel 8, kapatid, dito natin mamalayan as we study carefully. Sa Daniel 8, kapatid, hindi na sinulat ang Babylon. Wala na rin ang Roman Empire. Why there is an intentional omission of these two kingdoms? Bakit dumiritso na lang doon sa Medo Persia, sa Greece, at sa Horn, the rise coming? Sapagkat kung ikaw ay historian, and you are narrating an historical account, it is a fatal blunder not to base your account from the very basic, but the first kingdom. Pero bakit walang Babylon? Walang Roman Empire? Minsan sinasabi natin, dahil ito ay panahon na ito ng sinulat ni Daniel ay Medo Persia ng kahit pa sinulat niya kasi part of the movement yan ng life at saka ng panahon. Pero when you are a historian, an accounting of events, hindi mo isulat. Ano isulat mo ang Babylon? Kapatid. Pero lo and behold, Daniel 8, pag binasa mo natin ang whole chapter, it only talks about identification of kings. In-identify niya ang kings. Mga hari na may crucial na papel sa mga kingdom na may crucial na papel sa story of redemption. Oo. Yung may crucial na papel sa redemption. Sa kingdom at ang hari. Bakit? Sapagkat alam niyo, kapatid, ang Medo Persia, yun ang panahon na nag-fulfill na ang hari na yan ay nagpahintulot na i-rebuild ang Jerusalem. Malaki ang papel niyan, kapatid. The rebuilding of the temple. Pero dito, ang whole chapter, identifying of kings. Kaya na-mention si Cyrus, si Darius, na-mention si Alexander the Great sa Grecia, a notable horn. Sapagkat ang bawat hari na ito, at ang hari sa Little Horn will play a significant impact to the fulfillment of the movement of the story of redemption. I will just show you the summary. Daniel 2, identifying world kingdoms. Number 7, movements of kingdoms. Daniel 8, identifying of kings and movement of kings. There can be no kingdom without king. There can be no king without a kingdom. Napakabait ng pagka-arrange ng Panginoon ng Biblia, kapatid. For us, Bible-believing Christians, we have to take pride of this word. We are accounted by heaven to share the beauty of this Bible. Kung ano man ang reliyon ng ating kinabilangan, we should not take proud of the name, but we should take proud of the words of Jesus Christ. Dito mga kaibigan at mga kapatid, isipin nyo from metal to terrible beast, pagdating sa Daniel 8 ngayon, sa river Olay, ang pinortray, domesticated or sanctuary animal. Bakit sanctuary animal ito? Sapagkat ang sanctuary, kapatid, ay may malaking papel sa redemption story kasi ang event sa isang tinuro na taon, yung tinatawag na 1844, ay kabahagi sa isang sanctuary truth na may nakaakibat na sanctuary principle. Kaya ang mga ginamit ni Kristo na ilustrasyon, simbolo ng Medo-Persia, ng Greece, ay ang mga sanctuary animals. My beloved friends, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel 8 is the most beautiful revelation. Patuloy nating palaliman, intindihin ang engagement ng mensahe ni Kristo kay Daniel sa ulay na river. Dito mga kaibigan at kapatid, pagbasahin natin ang chapter 8, narinig ni Daniel si Jesus Christ na sinabihan si Gabriel, the angel interpreter, na at ipaalam mo kay Daniel. Kaya dito, let him know. Narinig niya at ang ginamit, heard. At sinabi ni Kristo, I will let you know. Heard and know, mga kapatid. Ito ang engagement ni Jesus Christ sa river ng Olay, kapatid. Pagdating niya dito sa last vision sa Hedikel, dito sa vision na ito, hindi lang niya narinig si Kristo. Nakita mismo ni Daniel si Kristo, kapatid. Nang nakita niya si Kristo, sinabihan siya ni Kristo, ipakita ko sa iyo, Daniel, I will show thee what will happen to planet Earth. Matapos ipinahayag ni Kristo ang mga kaganapan na pangwakas, kaganapan na kabahagi ng kanyang pagdating. These are events of His coming. Nag-promise si Kristo kay Daniel. At sinabi niya kay Daniel na knowledge shall increase sa mga anak niya sa huling generation. But go they will tell thee, be, for thou shalt rest and stand in the lot at the end of the days. Paano natin intindihin yung lot ni Daniel na tatayo ngayon sa ating harapan? Have you ever experienced in your life and felt by the impression of the Holy Spirit that Daniel is standing in your life? Paano maging bahagi si Daniel sa last generation? Paano maging kaakibat si Daniel sa atin? Sapagkat siya ang ginawang tulay ng langit upang malaman natin ang movement ng parating na Jesus, na Kristo, kapatid. Pero dito rin sa chapter 8 na ito, kapatid, another major highlight sa vision na ito. Ito lang rin ang vision sa river, both Olay and Hedikel, na ginamit ni Kristo ang salitang time of the end. Simula sa Genesis hanggang sa Revelation, wala tayong mababasang salita na time of the end, or in Hebrew, et kes. In English, time of the end. Ang time of the end ginamit lang ni Kristo sa Daniel 8 na river Olay at sa Daniel 10, 11 at 12 na yung time of the end sa Hedikel, kapatid. Kaya mababasa natin yan sa Daniel 8:17. Understand, O Son of Man, for at the time of the end, at the time of the end, shall be the vision. Specific na yung vision na ito ay mangyari sa time of the end. At ang vision na ito maintindihan sapagkat sinabi ni Kristo sa river Hiddekel, at the time of the end, knowledge shall be increased. Daniel 12:4. Sa sulat ng libro ng Acts of the Apostles, chapter 5, page 55, sinabi dito, it is true that in the time of the end, etches, when God's work in the earth is closing. My beloved friends, when God's work in the earth is closing. So ang gawain ng Panginoon may pagsisimula. Pero sa ayon natin sa gusto, ang gawain ng Panginoon ay may pagtatapos. The earnest effort put forth by consecrated believers under the guidance of the Lord are to be accompanied by the special tokens of divine favor. So ang God's work na ito, kapatid, ay talagang may favor ang Panginoon dyan. Sapagkat ito na rin ang work na nakaset up na ang mga anak ng Diyos who will be meeting Christ alive in the clouds of heaven. Kaya ang ginamit na lingwahe ni Kristo dito, you will see and stand. Ang pagtayo, kapatid, ay may koneksyon sa pagsalubong sa parating na Jesus. Kaya ang last page of the story of redemption, naisulat na, maliwanag na siya. Kaya ang Isaiah 46:10, declaring the end. So what we are dealing in this episode now, from the very start, Christ's closing prescription, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3 na tayo ngayon, declaring the end from the beginning. There was already a declaration of the end from the very beginning. Kaya sinabi dito, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Dito rin mga kaibigan at mga kapatid, pag i-review mo rin, ang napaka-vital na punto dito mga kaibigan, nga ang lingwahe pa ni Kristo, yung language niya, yung pagkasabi niya, sinabi niya sa Daniel 8:19, and he said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation. For at the time appointed, the end shall be. Now, in this particular verse alone, mga kapatid, dito makikita yung lingwahe. Kasi ginamit double emphasis. Hindi sinabi, what shall, ipaalam ko sa iyo kung ano ang katapusan. Kung ano ang last. Hindi niya sinabi, what shall be the last? What shall be in the end? What shall be in the last of the indignation? Sinabi niya, what shall be in the last end? It's two words with the same meaning. It's a double emphasis. Trying to communicate to us, the last generation, that the end shall be last end. Isang bisis lang itong ginamit sa buong Biblia, kapatid. Ito lang ang verse 10. Kaya pag patuloy nating pag-aralan ito, kapatid, dito natin maramdaman kung gaano kaseryoso ang ating panahon. Sipin mo, si Kristo mismo physical nag-engage sa revelation. So sa Daniel 8, river o line, Daniel 8:2, Daniel 8:16, narinig niya a man's voice, is Jesus Christ. Pagdating sa Daniel 8:19, and he said, behold, I will make thee know. Sa river Hiddekel, Daniel 10:4, river Hiddekel, Daniel 10:5, kita mo kapatid, I lifted up mine eyes, and look, and behold, a certain man. So sa mata niya, ginamit ang mata. Dito naman, taingan niya sa kabila. Daniel 8, sa river Olay. Pero sa Hiddekel, kapatid. Tapos sinabi nito sa Hiddekel, Daniel 10:21, I will show thee. So napakabait ng Panginoon para i-arrange niya. Pero titingnan niyo ng mabuti pa, mas lalong gumaganda ito, kapatid. Sapagkat sa River Olay, wala si Daniel doon sa river na Olay nang binigay ang vision. He was only in a vision na nasa tabi daw siya ng River Olay. Pero sa last vision, actual na nandoon si Daniel sa tabi ng ilog ng Hiddekel. Napakaganda, kapatid. Susi. Malaking susi para intindihin ang importansya nito. Sa Daniel 8, na on a vision lang siya, nasa river siya ng Olay. Narinig lang niya si Kristo. Actual na narinig niya si Kristo, pero wala siya doon sa actual na river ng Olay. He was in a vision, he was sa lugar ng kaharian. It is in Persia. Pero ditong kapatid, sa last vision, nakita niya si Kristo. He saw. Pagdating sa chapter 8, River Olay, I will let you know. Dito mo makikita ngayon na heard and know. Sa last vision, he saw and I will show thee. So yung function ng tainga at function ng pag-iisip, no. Ang function ng saw at ang function ng show, kapatid. Dito natin matunghayan. As you going to review, basahin nyo sa personal nyo. Buksan natin ito, kapatid. The visions of the ram in 1:4. Ang nakaganda nito, kapatid, ang interpretation direkta na Medo Persia. Identifying exactly the empire. Tapos pagdating mo sa higot, Grecia agad. Pagdating mo sa last vision, Little Horn. Dito naman ay ito ang intention kasi ito ang ending. Ito yung kingdom of the coming Christ. Ito yung kingdom na maabutan ni Kristo. Pero dito, sa interpretations, it talks about kings. Hari, kaya nga, si Cyrus, si Darius. Pagdating sa Grecia, Alexander the Great, the notable horn. Pagdating sa Little Horn, kasi ang Little Horn, minention na yan sa chapter 7. Inulit siya. Bakit kaya may pag-uulit na ganyan? Tapos, identifying in 3 verses sa hari na ito, kapatid. So as we open our study, na sinasabing knowledge shall be increased. Ang basic dyan, kapatid, how do we know that our knowledge increases? Halimbawa, example, paano ang isang teacher magtuturo ng isang eskwelahan? Elementary or high school? Why would somebody will allow you, the school will allow you to teach? Because you have the knowledge to teach. Bakit? Paano mo mapruibahan na may knowledge ka, kapatid? Paano mo mapruibahan na may knowledge ka? Kasi, may ebidensya ka na may knowledge ka. Anong ebidensya mo? May diploma. Ano pang ebidensya mo? Pumasa ka ng board exam. Ano yung board exam? Ang board exam, yan ang isang examination na gumagamit ng who, what, where, when, why, how. So if you can answer all these questions, then you have the evidence that you have the knowledge. Now the question sinabi ni Kristo, knowledge shall increase. So pag increase ng knowledge, tinuturuan pa tayo ni Kristo kung paano tayo mag-increase. Kaya ngayon sa ating pag-aaral, pag sinabing knowledge shall increase, at sinabi ng Panginoon, I will let you know, anong dapat na tanong ang dapat nating gamitin? Halimbawa, gusto mong tanungin, alamin ang pangalan ng isang tao, alamin ang pangalan ng isang lugar. Sa mga what, we, who, where, when, how, anong gagamitin mo ng word na yan para sa tamang tanong? Gusto mong malaman ang pangalan ng isang tao, sasabihin mo ba siya na, why is your name? How is your name? Kung gusto mo malaman, if you want to know the name of the person, what is the right word to be used? What? Or who? Kaya nang sinabi ni Kristo kay Daniel, I will let you know. Sa atin ngayon, tanungin natin. To know what? To know who? Kaya napakasimple yung construction ng Panginoon sa vision, sapagkat simula pa, I will let you know. So yung know na yan, nag-guide sa atin para magtanong tayo ng the right question at the right time. Halimbawa, what are the world's conditions of the little horns coming back to power? What is the time of this king coming back to power? What distinct description of the character of the man of sin in this time? Verse 23. What about his power? What about his plan actions? Napakaganda, kapatid. Hindi tayo mawala. Kasi at the very essence of it, the structure has been arranged by God. Pagdating natin sa last vision, I will show thee. Anong dapat na itanong mo sa show? Siyempre, ang tanong mo, how and why? Kasi nakita mo pinakita. Pag pinakita, dapat, paano nga? Paano nagkaganyan? Bakit nagkaganyan? So the question that we need to ask, how would the time of the end begins? Daniel 11:40. How would the latter on the papacy take back the power? Verse 40. How will the papacy assert its domineering influence of the countries of the world? Kaya kanina sinabi natin na ang chapter 8, identification of kings. Pero dito sa last vision, identification of the movement of kings. Kaya mababasa, the king of the north, the king of the south, like a whirlwind. Napakabait ng Panginoon. How gracious is the Lord that He provided us everything. Kaya sa episode na ito ang tanong, what and who? What is the world's condition of papacy's coming back to power? What is the time of his coming back to power? So kung tinutukoy dito ang isang hari, kapatid, I will let you know. So pinakita sa atin, si Alexander the Great, si Darius. Pero sa little horn, there are 3 verses because it talks about the last days. Kaya tingnan natin sa construction ng text, kapatid. Sinabi, and in the latter time. Buksan natin ang Daniel 8:23. Sa Daniel 8:23 sinabi ito, and in the latter time of their kingdom. In the latter time? When the transgressors are come to the full, a king of first countenance and understanding that sentence shall stand. Ganda, kapatid, no? Kingdom and a king. Pero, tanungin muna natin, what is that latter time? Ano yung latter time? Kasi napakahalaga, kasi ito yung interpretation ni Kristo sa vision ng little horn. Sa dictionary, kapatid, ang meaning ng latter sa Webster Dictionary, the second of two things. Ang pangalawa, sa dalawang bagay. Wow, it's an amazing. In the latter time, ibig sabihin, there was a previous time na naghari ng kingdom na ito. Pag busisihin mo sa Microsoft Encarta 2001, in an adjective form, ang meaning ng latter means closing. Ibig sabihin, in the closing time, ang ganda, kapatid, ni Kristo. In the closing time of their kingdom. Ang Hebrew word din, acharet. Kaya ginamit dito, latter. Acharet. The last or end. Grabe, ang ganda, no? Ang ganda, kapatid. So, pag makikita natin ang history ng ating planet Earth, yung kingdom na naghari, that ruled planet Earth, of course, kahit anong history books, talagang naghari, hindi natin Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, Roman Empire. After the Roman Empire, the papacy, that ruled 1,260 years. So alam naman natin ng history. Buong mundo yan, 1,260 years. Kaya nga, di ba, si Magellan pumunta dito sa atin, sa Pilipinas. Kaya ang karamihang simbahan at ang munisipyo ay magkaharap. Kasi those were the years when the priest is the governor. Pero after 1,260 years, ano ang naghari? Kasi naputol yun sa 1798. So dito pumasok yung France. Now sa kingdom na nag-rule sa planet Earth, sino ang babalik dyan? Anong kingdom na sinasabi na 2 bisis mag-ari? Dito natin maintindihan na in the latter time of their kingdom, that one particular kingdom of their kingdom, the previous kingdom will rule planet Earth. Sino yan? Hindi little horn. Sino ang little horn sa previous generation that 1,260 years? It's the papacy. So ang tanong ngayon, to what kingdom? Yung kingdom naman na may hari, specifying king. Napakaraming king yan sa kasaysayan. Pero ang Biblia nag-specify ng isang hari na may crucial na papel sa ending ng story of redemption. My beloved friends, scholars, Erudians, of all denominations, Daniel, prophet, whose life has been significant to the kingdom. Dito natin makikita na binigay ng Panginoon sa narrative ng prophecy ng Olay River, sapagkat doon in-identify ng Panginoon ang restored papacy sa Old Testament. What is the kingdom? In the latter time, what is this kingdom? Is the papacy restored? Usually, some Christians, the restored papacy is only Revelation 13. But beloved friends, Daniel 8:23 specifically talks about restored papacy. Ang nakaganda sa ating generation, because the truth will stand by itself, we don't need to interpret, my beloved friends. Refers to who? Who is the king? The particular king. May sinabi ang Biblia. When the transgressors are come to the fold. What do you mean by when the transgressors are come to the fold? Yung malayo na sa Panginoon. Kaya si Paul, sinabi sa 2 Thessalonians, nagkagulo sila, issues sila tungkol sa pagbabalik ng Panginoon. Sinabi ni Paul, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. There come a falling away first. So pag sinabi, when the transgressors have come to the fold, na ito ang maging dynamics ng latter time, sinabi naman ni Timothy, in the last days, perilous times shall come, men shall be lovers of the Lord, when the transgressors shall come to the fold. Ito rin ang panahon, a king of first countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand. So pag pinag-usapan natin when the transgressors shall come to the fold, tingnan natin muna yung reality. 50 years ago, ano ang kaibahan ng planet Earth sa planet Earth natin ngayon? Ano yung level, yung degree ng evilness sa ating generations? Kaya minsan, ang description ng iba, sinfulness. Yung description ng ibang mga prophetic books, evilness. Pero ang secular world nag-describe nito as corruption. Kaya nga, life on earth is unstable. Pag i-trace naman natin, literally, ang movement ng ating generations, ng ating panahon, yung buhay tayo ngayon, lahat tayo ay pwede tayong tumayo. At ating ipakita na from the 1970 to 2005, we have seen moral downfalls of so many political leaders of our time. Dito natin makikita sa ating generation yung immorality ng ating mundo. Because when the transgressors are come to the fold, it talks about the moral aspects of the standards of the living God. Specific immorality. The most powerful man on planet Earth has been accused of sexual immorality. Dito sa Europe, kapatid, the icon of royalty as accused of immorality. Napakarami, kapatid. Sa ating generation, 1972 nag-martial law, 1975, napakaraming mga leaders sa buong mundo, kapatid, have been accused of corruption. Pagdating sa religious world naman, kapatid, grabe. Looney Frisbee, Peter Popoff, Jimmy Swaggart, Maurice Rolio, Roy Clemens, these are daily evangelists recognized by the world. Sa religious convictions, sa spirituality, but these are the same people who's been accused of immorality. Kasali pa nga dyan, alam mo, Jimmy Swaggart is the most popular preachers of modern times. Nakasali pa nga dito si Paul Crouch, Douglas Goodman, in 2004, in 1999, nakasali din dyan ang Seventh-day Adventist president na na-accuse ng immorality, kapatid. Isipin mo, Time Magazine, February 9, 1999, Seventh-day Adventist leader resigns over financial queries. Seventh-day Adventist at church in dissension. There's a headlines around the world. Walang relihiyon na nakatayo, kapatid. Kaya according to postmodern historian Tom P., civilization is disintegrating. Life on earth, spiritual and political life, has come to the point of devastations. Sa ating generation, kapatid, we have seen massacre, incest, rape, abortion, drugs, homosexuality, same-sex marriage, suicide, pornography, terrorism, extramarital affairs. According to Billy Graham, 30 years ago, when he had a message, preached, sinabi niya 30 years ago, if Christ will not come today, He must have to ask an apology for burning Sodom and Gomorrah. 30 years ago, the gravity, the magnitude of evilness has come to the point that if Christ will not come 30 years ago, He must have to ask an apology for Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, 2019, how do you evaluate your time? Kaya sinabi talaga ni Kristo kay Daniel, sa ating generation, when the transgressors are come to the fold, sa ating generation, a king of first countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. First, dalawa lang, kapatid, a king of this kingdom. Kailan lang na-restore ang kanilang kingdom? 1929. Pero in fairness to them, a fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. Sapagkat siya ngayon, kaibigan, sa ayon natin sa gusto, He is the Lamb that we call beast, my friend. Why He is the Lamb? Why He was the Lamb and He is the Lamb? Mga kapatid, sa kanyang pananalita, sa napag-aralan nating religious pluralism, the new humanity, na in the midst of human transgressions, yung timing ng paglabas niya, yung timing ng kanyang pagdating, yung timing ng kanyang filosofiya, yung timing ng kanyang teachings, yung timing ng kanyang program. As a matter of fact, ang tao na ito, he was born on a solar eclipse. He was a poet. He was born genius. He was the youngest priest. He was the youngest cardinal. But during his inaugural ceremony as Pope, he broke a papal costume of wearing a tiara on coronation in front of 1 billion people around the world. Wala na yung sinasabing vicarious reality. My beloved friends, Pope John Paul II or Karol Wojtyla is featured by the different magazines, National Geographic, Time Magazine. Anong description sa kanya ng mundo? Witness to hope. The voice in the wilderness. Makikita mo sa mga picture, kapatid. Sa Reader's Digest in March 26, 2005 issue, sinabi ng Reader's Digest, most widely traveled Pope, having visited over 100 papal visit, more than all his predecessors put together. The most recognized person in the world. His recognition is not an ordinary person. He is being looked up by the humanity as the symbol of a lamb. He was considered by the world as Man of the Year by the Time Magazine. He is the only person on planet Earth featured in Time Magazine more than 15 times, my beloved friends. Time Magazine, my friend. You have to understand the crucial role. One of the magazine, The Pilgrim's Progress by David Van Bernard, April 3, 2000. In the year 2000, the Pope is not just a religious pilgrim. He is one of the world's great moral authority. In the disintegration of human transgressions, he is considered as the great moral authority. What a picture of life. In the latter time of the kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of first countenance. In the transgression that comes to the full, the timing of the king, and this king becomes the world's great moral authority. The reverberations of Pope John Paul's life and pontificate, the third longest in history, resounded through every nation on earth. My beloved friends, in many books and magazines, according to this one, on the one hand, the Pope can seem this lonely, pessimistic figure, a man obsessed with the evils of the 20th century, a man convinced that humankind has lost its way. How in the world, when the transgressors have come to the full, a king right now proclaimed that humanity has lost its way. What does it mean, lost its way? Transgressing, doing evilness. My beloved friends, ang tanong na dapat natin itanong, what made him first? Kasi sinabi ng Biblia, a king of first countenance. Ang tanong dapat natin itanong, what made him first? Mga kaibigan, mga kapatid, hindi na kailangan natin mag-interpret. Babasahin na lang natin ang mga magazines at mga libro. Is it coincidental or providential? Bakit? They use the same word. Kaya kapatid, the Bible will stand by itself. Tatuwa tayo ang Biblia. CBC News 2005, the Pope's first opposition to communism. In www.theexorcism, there's never been anyone like Pope John Paul, that first intellectual. Ang ginamit na description sa kanya, fierce. Bakit? Alam ba namang secular writer? Na ang Daniel 8 na tumutukoy na first king? And finally, John Paul II, first insistence. In February 2, 2005, John Paul II, on the day he became Pope, John Paul II will be remembered as John Paul was the first defender of what he perceived. A king of first countenance. What a privilege for us, the last generation. Huwag naman nating saraduhan ang pinto ng paglago ng ating kaalaman. Simply the Word. The Word is a lamp unto my feet. At ang huling prescription dito ni Jesus Christ, ang instruction niya, this king, understanding dark sentences. Sa SDA Bible Commentary, sabi ang meaning ng dark sentence is double dealing. Ano ibig sabihin ng double dealing? Yung double dealing, kung ano sinasabi, ibang ginagawa. A typical example, a very popular to us yung si Bin Laden. Si Bin Laden ay inisponsoran ng US ang Afghanistan para habulin at patayin si Osama Bin Laden. Nag-react ang ang kapitbahay na bansa. Bakit ang Pakistan? Ang Pakistan, kapatid. Bakit sila? But leaders in both Afghanistan and India. Kasi ang Pakistan, para kapatid, ang binigyan ng funding yan. Pakistan. Binigyan ng funding para habulin si Osama Bin Laden. Pero nagulat ang buong mundo. One day, in special operations with special forces of the US Army, si Osama Bin Laden doon nahuli at napatay. Just 100 kilometers from the city kung nandoon ang Pakistan military base. Ang ibig sabihin, double dealing, sabi lang Islamabad, double dealing. According to one magazine, his Catholic policy of benign tolerance towards non-Catholics. He speaks and writes poetic messages. In homilies and other important church documents, not considering his being a poet by profession, he won the hearts of his enemy by his compromising stand. So winning the hearts of the enemy is simply to compromise. Yung mga compromising stand niya, paano niya tinanggap na ang Saturday is the Sabbath? Paano niya tinanggap na ang mga pagka-healthy lifestyle sa ating kailangan? Kaya sinabi ng isang magazine, The Catholic Double Standard, sinabi ni Jesuit Vernon Roland Coles, The Catholic Double Standard, the Pope is successful in gaining global acceptance by adopting the Catholic double standard. He becomes the spiritual father of Rome and the world. My beloved friends around the world, ang mortal enemy ng mga Romans ay ang mga Israelites, the Jews. Kaya mayroong gira si Hitler. Burahin ang mga Hudiyo. Talagang mortal enemy sila. Hindi sila pwedeng maging kapitbahay. Pero alam niyo ba, mga kaibigan, yung sinabi ni Kristo sa Matthew 24:15, when you shall see the abomination of desolation. Anong ibig sabihin ng abomination of desolation? Abomination that desolate. Yung abomination of desolation is only referring to an act na tinanggalan mo ang mensahe ng kaligtasan. Kinuha mo yung the only way of salvation na Christ and Christ alone. Na ang forgiveness can only be given by God. Yung intercession ni Kristo sa most holy place. Pag tinanggal mo yan, you abominate redemption experience. Pag tinanggal mo ang mensahe na yan, you desolate. Binura mo. Naging empty ang redemption, ang act of God. Kaya sino ba ang institusyon sa mundo na nag-abominate, nag-desolate, na ang ating kaligtasan is go directly to Jesus Christ? And sad to tell you, my friend, wala namang ibang nakatutok dito. History will tell us na ang salvation is abominated and is desolated. So dito natin makikita na sa panahon, kailan kaya ma-fulfill ito? Yung Matthew 24:15. Dito natin maintindihan, kapatid, na in the year 1998, in preparation for the Jubilee 2000, na nagkaroon ng celebration every Holy Week, Friday at 3 o'clock, may parade. Ang tawag niyan, Station of the Cross. The papal meditation on the first station of the cross. Nang unang pag-apak niya sa first station of the cross, yung parada sa panahon ng Bernes. When he was asked by the journalist, tinanong siya, who crucified Jesus? Kasi sa napakalipas na mga taon, kapatid, yan lang ang tanong na palaging ulit-ulit. Who crucified Jesus? Isa lang ang sagot ng mga Santo Papa. The Jews crucified Jesus Christ. Kaya yung hatred na yan ay tumatagal ng matagal kasi in the modern times, Jewish are now having friends who are Christians. At tapos akusahan sila na sila nag-crucify kay Kristo. But on this day, April 10, 1998, when he was asked by the journalist who crucified Jesus Christ, hindi siya sumagot habang nakaparada, nakaupo, binuhat. Pero he was asked the very question, where the Jews crucified Christ? Ang sagot ni Pope John Paul II has been imprinted in almost all newspapers around the world. At ang sagot niya ay ito, kapatid. So many, that answer was in Latin. You know, translated in English, it says, so many children denied, prostituted, mutilated. Oh no, not the Jewish people. Ilang milinyo na? 2 milinyo. Ang alam na Jewish people crucified Jesus. Pero dito sa panahon na ito, oh no, not the Jewish people. Sino nag-crucify? Crucified by us for so long. Not the crowd which will always prefer Barabbas because he repays evil with evil. Not them. But all of us, each of us, because we are all murderers of life. Alam niyo, kapatid, ang mga intellectuals, ang mga Jewish congregations, mga leaders nila, ang kanilang parliament, presidents, mga leaders sa politika, nakamonitor sila palagi, kapatid, kasi these are global event. Nang marinig nila ang statement ni Pope John Paul, it shocked all the senses, my friend. The following day, during his procession, touring the Holy Land, the Jews were shouting, the Pope of the Jews, the Pope of the Jews. My beloved friends, after the statement in 1998, when you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. For 2,000 years, walang pinahintulutang opisyal sa kasaysayan ng mundo, sa kasaysayan ng Israel at Jerusalem, na nagpahintulot sila ng Santo Papa na aapak sa Jerusalem. Kaya ito matupad na abomination, if this is the papacy spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Alam natin, ang holy place ay Jerusalem, nasa Israel yan. Kaya pag gusto mo pumunta, the tour of the Holy Land. Kapatid, matapos na bigkas ni Pope John Paul in 1998, the Parliament of Israel, knowing the openness of this new humanity Pope, approved a diplomatic resolution. A diplomatic resolution establishing full diplomatic ties with the Vatican and allowing an official visit of a Pope in Jerusalem. 1998, 1999, in the year 2000, Time Magazine in a special edition, The Pope in the Holy Land. April 3, year 2000, in celebration of Jubileum 2000, Jubilee. Alam mo ba ang sinabi, mga kaibigan, ni Pope nang nakaapak siya sa Jerusalem? I set foot in the land where God chose to pitch His tent. He's so holy because God pitched His tent in Jerusalem. Ano sinabi ni Jesus Christ sa Matthew 24:15, 2,000 years ago? When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel, stand in the holy place. Literally, my friend. Because in the next episode, we will be discussing the symbolical fulfillment. Sapagkat ang river, mount at island, ang literal at symbolical fulfillment has been into one. Molded into fulfillment as one. So mga kaibigan, matapos siyang umapak, On the day na nag-tour siya, naglagay pa siya ng note sa western wall o the Wailing Wall. In his tour, nakakout ng attention sa mga journalist nang binasa ng mga journalist ang kanyang note na binigay, na inidikit niya doon, siniksik niya sa wall. Ito ang nakasulat. Signed, Pope John Paul II, Jerusalem, 26 March of 2000. God our fathers, you choose Abraham and his descendants to bring your name to the nations. Grabing panguto, poetic talaga siya. We are deeply saddened by the behavior of those who, in the course of history, nalulungkot kami sa takbo ng kasaysayan and of course of these children of yours to sabi, na nagbigay ng kahirapan sa iyong mga anak, cause these children of yours to suffer. Kung ikaw ang Hudiyo at may isang leader ng reliyon nagsasabi na kayo ang mga anak ng Diyos, anong maramdaman mo? At sinabi pa niya, and asking your forgiveness. We wish to commit ourselves to genuine brotherhood with the people of the covenant. My beloved friends around the world, on the day that he told, sumisigaw ang mga Israelites, mga Jews. The Pope of the Jews, the Pope of the Jews. My beloved friends, Pope John Paul II around the world drew 5 queens, 4 kings, 70 head of state of the government to his funeral. International leaders mingled with ordinary pilgrims in the valley. It was the first time in human history that the leaders of Orthodox Christian, the Church of England, Armenian, the first time religious leaders were there in his funeral, my friend. Look at this picture. Sa isang table, facing the body of the dead. Dalawang presidente with Clinton right there. Protestantism shall give the hand of fellowship to the Roman power. The symbol of Protestantism, America, my friend. Then there will be a law. That's the statement, my friend. So this day, sinabi talaga ng ating pag-aaral. Daniel 8:23, a king understanding dark sentences shall stand up. Sa pagtayo niya, kapatid, yun ang sinabi ni Kristo sa Matthew 24:15. When you shall see, S-W-E, makita ng ating dalawang mata. To this day, nakita ninyo ngayon sa inyong dalawang mata, Time Magazine, abomination spoken of Daniel, stand in the holy place. Paano nagkaroon na parehas sila ng word? Stand up, stand in the holy place. From the time Christ uttered this prophecy up to 1993, the Jews and the Romans, or the state of Israel and the state of Rome, particularly state within the state Vatican, were mortal enemies. How can the state of Israel, with its territorial position, considered by the world as the Holy Land in its planet Earth, be open for a state visit by a Pope? Realized or fulfilled in 1998 in preparation of Jubilee celebration, realized and fulfilled in the year 2000, when the first official state visit were given to the visiting head of state, Pope John Paul II. Amazingly, the great controversy in page 571, the Roman Church now presents a fair front to the world, covering with apologies his horrible record of horrible cruelties. She has clothed herself in Christ-like garments, but she is sinful. According to Marvin Moore, when papacy exonerates herself from her past mistakes, it signaled the final warning to the Jews. Siya lang ang humingi ng tawad, kapatid. But 1888, sinabi ng isang nagsusulat na hihingi ng kapatawaran ang Roman Church. My beloved friends, during his trip to Israel and to the tour of the Holy Land in March of 2000, the first such visit made by any pope in history, according to Time Magazine, Pope John Paul II made an unprecedented attempt to heal the deep divisions that exist between the Roman Catholic Church and two Abrahamic religions of the world, Judaism and Islam. Crucial to planet Earth, crucial to culture and church, because Christ had foreseen and revealed and instructed us 2,000 years ago. In Matthew 24:15. My beloved friends today, Catholic Herald, Simon Peirce, according to Simon Francis, our present Pope today, is more powerful peace advocate than United Nations. What a fulfillment of God's word, my friend. Today, Matthew 24:15, when you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel, stand in the holy place. Daniel 8:23, a king of first countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. It's not by coincidence that Daniel chapter at the Holy River, it talks about the first, because I would like to tell you, the word Olai was only and is only used in the Bible once in only in chapter 8. The Pope in the Holy Land. Today, Daniel is standing in your place right now. When one stands, everyone will see. Standing because God's word will stand by itself. To close our episode today, so likewise, in Matthew 26 on the Mount of Olives, so likewise, when you shall see all these things, Matthew 24:33, when you shall see all these things, the Mount of Olives is telling us, using the word see, know that it is near, even at the door. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall, who is the generation being referred here? The generation that see the fulfillment. Till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Anyone who hold on to these words, we have been promised by Christ to meet him at the clouds. Because he's coming, my friend. May God will continually impress us with the fulfillment of his truth, because the present truth is going on right now. Just simply like and share to your family and friends. The next episode, one last final chance. We will be dealing the last two verses of Daniel 8 on the river. Because from the mountain, we go now to the river. From the river, we will proceed to the island. Same timeline, because Christ speaks for our time. God bless us.